Hello, my name is Joseph Carlson. This is the Tabletop Experiment, episode 45, Dragonlance, part 36. I am joined by Christian, who's playing Swami, and I'm joined by Todd Johnson, who's playing Uriel. Jesse couldn't make it, who's playing Martok, and Fade, who's playing O'Grady. He also couldn't make it. He just texted us. Apparently, he is ill. So he's got a lot of
could be explosive diarrhea.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Whoa.
You know, I don't want him to go into too much detail, about the explosive diarrhea.
Let's just say he has a cold.
He has a cold. We'll go with the cold. This might be a quicker episode because there's only two of you. There's a lot of setup, and there's combat, so this may take a little longer. But I don't know if this means that Jesse loves me or hates me, but he sent me directions on how he wants Martok to act in combat. So that'll be interesting when I have to read his text and work. You know what, Jesse? It's not like I don't have enough to work out. O'Grady usually just turns into a giant ape and fights. He has a ranged attack and a melee attack. I have that info. We'll do that. But this might be a little bit of a shorter episode just because there are fewer people. So just to recap, you guys got to the Northern Waste. You got in the ship, the rowboat basically called the Morrow that actually had a woman on the prow of the ship. You got to shore. You explored around and found a campsite that looked fairly new with some supplies. You explored a little bit more. O'Grady started talking to some desert foxes to find out what was going on in the area. They told him that there was people here. And as O'Grady was up in the hills exploring, Uriel, Swami, and Martok were down. They found a broken ship right on the shore. And Uriel very cleverly just said, I want to go on the boat. Which caused...
I'm on a boat.
I'm on a boat. Which caused these... We all love Lonely Island. Caused two air elementals to form off the boat. And everybody rolled for combat right before we had to end the session. So I've recorded everybody's initiative. So we'll begin with Martok. Here we go. I have to read Martok's text about what he wants me to do.
Eldritch Blast, Green Blade.
Did he say... Okay, so it's not showing up. It's on my phone, and I have that. So he said Eldritch Blast, Green Flame Blade. You know what, Jesse? You're not here. One of those things might not happen. You know what's not going to happen? Probably the Green Flame Blade. That's what's not going to happen. Plus... I forget where he was. Let's see if we can find him here. He's on the shore. You guys, Uriel got moved. Uriel, I'll put you. I know you're logged in, but I'm going to put you here because that's basically where the gangplank and the thing going up is, and that's when the air elementals attack. Swami, I'll put you like here, and then I'll put Martok here. But what Martok's going to do is he sees this one here. Whoops, I'm going to see if I can spin him.
Yeah, so casting Hex, then Green Flame until target's dead.
So he uses his bonus action to Hex this thing here, right here.
Bonus action to move, or to Hex and repeat.
And then he's going to run up to it. So he's going to approach it. I'll say... Even with the gangplank. 23 feet of movement. And then he's going to cast Green Flame Blade, which is part of his cast as a weapon hit. So I got to look at his character sheet here. Let's look at his character sheet. And I'm going to roll real dice, Jesse, so you're just going to have to suck it and deal with this with the real dice. He's going to use Zephyr's Embrace, which he has plus 11, which is pretty crazy. He only gets one attack. Whoops, that went out. He got an 18. So he hit, plus 11, that's 28. He hit the air elemental. It is cursed because he has Hex on it. And he does 2d6 plus 8, which is quite a bit. 3 plus 8, he did 11. So, hang on. I got to record this. And then the curse does extra damage, which I don't know how much extra damage. I think it was 5 points of extra damage. So altogether, if he did 11, he did 16 points of damage to it. To this one with the black base. So, all right. So he hits it. That's his turn. It is now Swami. It's your turn.
All right. The one.
There's the
The one directly in front of me, right?
Yeah.
The one directly in front of me. I want to hit with the frostbite to see if it'll slow the wind down. Maybe
slow it. You could still slow its movement because it's like, even though these are like whirlwinds or whatever, this thing is humanoid kind of. You see a head in there kind of poking out, but it is still an elemental. So yeah, what do you? What is that? Is that?
Yep.
You got to do like a ranged attack, don't you, with your spell?
No, it has a Constitution save of 15. So if he can beat that, and then if he can't, then my damage.
Okay. But doesn't it do half, or if you still do damage, but he isn't slowed if he makes it, if I remember right? Right? Can you read the spell for me?
So you cause numbing frost to form on one creature that you can see within range. The target must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, the target takes 1d cold damage.
1d what?
1d6.
Okay,
oh, my bad. 1d6 cold. And it has disadvantage on the next weapon attack roll.
Oh, okay. What about if it fails? If it saves, what happens?
It doesn't. It doesn't say that part. Oh, it's not telling me.
You're talking.
Yeah, no.
Which one do you got? Ray of Frost?
Frostbite. Yeah, no, frostbite.
Oh, okay.
Do I need to look that up?
Hold on.
This is fun.
Yeah, it doesn't tell me what happens if it just. I mean, I would like if he fails, I would like to think it just does the 2d6.
I think that's what it does. I think it does the damage, but he isn't slowed. Is what I think it is.
Yeah.
Which one? What is it called?
Frostbite. If
Frostbite
failed on a failed save, the target takes 1d cold. I mean, but why wouldn't it take just the 2d6 if he fails? If he's successful, I would understand the 1d6
to form creature. You can see within range the target's must make cost savings throw on the fiddle. Target takes 1d6 cold damage, and it has disadvantage on the next one.
Hang on.
The spell's damage increased by 1d6 when you reach 5th level.
Nice. Yeah, so I mean it would be 2d6, but yeah, it's kind of saying that either they fail the Constitution savings throw or they get the damage, or they don't get the damage. Kind of like nothing happens if they pass. That's what it looks like to me.
Okay, so what's the con save? It should be your spell, whatever.
No, it's 15.
Okay, 15. All right, he has a +2 to his con, so we'll see.
Oh Jesus!
That was a natural 2 on the dice, so we got a 4.
Ooh.
So he failed. So he takes 2d6, 6 points of damage, and now he has disadvantage on his next weapon attack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wait, you said 6 points of damage?
6 plus he's slowed, yeah.
Or no, he has disadvantage. The other one, the frost bolt, is the slowing one, I think.
Oh, wait. I don't have... Oh, God.
There's 2 of them. You probably have 2 of them.
No, I have frostbite.
I have Ray of Frost.
You have Ray of Frost. That's what I'm thinking of. It's O'Grady's turn. So O'Grady, I'm going to let you guys in since he's not here. He was talking to this. You kind of see it out of the corner of your eyes, even though you guys are just got engaged with combat. This person just appears in front of him, black-haired elf with blue robes, and you hear them conversing, and you see O'Grady turn, and he is in, I think, if I remember right, he turned into his normal form to talk to this guy, because I did turn him into that. And what he's going to do is he's just going to run... he's going to run his 30 feet. Then he's going to take his dash action to try to get up. So that'd be 60 feet. So he gets just here to the precipice. And he he's probably gonna. What he's gonna do is gonna wild shape into one of those desert foxes again, so he can scamper down the rocks. But that's all he's got for his turn because he can do it as a bonus action. So he took his movement, which was 30, his action to get another 30, and then he's using his bonus action to turn into the desert fox. He's gonna scamper down, so that's his turn. And then we're gonna go to the first air elemental, which is the one that Martok is fighting. And since Martok's right in front of him, he's going to swing at Martok because he's right there. Roll dice really quick. Okay. He does multi-attack. He's going to try to slam down and hit Martok. I have Martok's hit points here. Okay. All right. Martok actually doesn't really have a lot of hit points, but he has a high AC. He's got a 19 AC. So this thing's going to try to slam on the ground, like just pound on the ground. It creates this big force of wind. I'm just going to do them 2 at the same time to speed this up a bit. He has... All right. He missed with one. He hit with the other one with a... what would that be? A 21 he hit. So that's going to do 14 points of damage to... there we go. Martok gets hit. This thing slams and Martok like recoils. This winds around him, like shrapnel. Stuff flies off the deck. Planks and everything go flying. Nails go flying. It's now the second air elemental's turn.
Yeah.
And you see
I
him...
get after everybody.
What? Where?
Oh,
no,
I'm sorry. I'm talking to myself.
Oh, okay. What did you? Because you moved there. Did I skip you accidentally? I think I skipped you, didn't I? I didn't skip you, did I?
I mean, I haven't taken an action.
All right, I'll give you your action.
And everybody else.
Well, the air elementals were last in combat. It was air elemental 1 and then the one in red. So I think I accidentally skipped you. So go ahead and take your action after you see Martok get hit with this like stuff flies off the deck and everything. What do you want to do? Because you're more than 10 feet from this thing if you want to like cast a spell or anything.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and hit it with a firebolt.
Hey, all right. Let me see. I forget its AC. All right, go ahead. What's the AC? You got to tell me what you get. Because
I got 26.
You hit it.
Fireball?
Bolt.
10 points of damage.
Hey! You see it. You see the firebolt connect with it, and it actually like you see the wind around it break away, and it like recoils a bit and like kind of gets down on its haunches, kind of like this wind tore it. It like shrinks a couple feet, like it actually hurt it. So I'll do the second air elemental. He has a fly speed of 90 feet.
Yeah, we did.
So he's going to go. He comes down right behind you. Actually, he's going to come here. And, whoops. Whoa, he's spinning around. Stop doing that. All right. Anyway, you get the idea. He's looking at you. He's not happy. So what he's going to do is like he lands next to you and you see him like you see his hands come out and instead of fists, even though it's humanoid, you see them become wind and he's going to attack you, Uriel. And you see this wind start gusting and start blowing at you. I need you to make a DC strength saving throw.
DC strength savings.
Oh, God, watch over me.
And let me know what you get.
An 8.
You take...
That's like my worst fucking stat.
Yeah, because you went all intelligence, right? Because you're a wizard.
Yeah.
You take 15 points of damage. Pick a number between 1 and 4.
2.5.
All right, computer science major. A whole number between 1 and 4.
3.
Oh. You are flung right next to this way, and you're knocked prone. Which means for you to get up, you have to take 3 additional points of damage. And
Where am I at?
right here.
Oh.
So you were like
Okay.
you were up here, you got thrown backwards. You're now
Okay.
prone, meaning, you're knocked down. To get up from prone, it's half your movement.
Okay.
So that is his turn. You got that?
That's okay.
That's
okay.
It was 18 points of damage. You took 15 from getting hit, and you took another 3 from getting thrown.
Another Quaalude. She love me in the morning.
Okay, so it's
Oh, Frank was better, huh?
it's Martok's turn. He's gonna. The thing is still. I don't think he has to re-up the hex. It's on the thing because it's not dead. He's gonna attempt to hit with green booming blade, which I forget what that does. But he's just gonna swing with his sword. We're gonna make this as simple as possible. And he's gonna swing twice because he only gets 1 attack. But the thing is still hexed. That is a natural 7, but he gets 11. That's an 18. That hits it. So he's going to do 2d6 plus 8. And then, like I said, I think there was another 5 points of damage. 7 plus 8, that's 15, right? And then 5 points of damage, that's 20 points of damage.
You just straight up trying to kill us today. It's
Yeah.
okay. It's okay.
You see the sword like swing through the thing, and you see it reels back, and it like you see it like flex, like it gets really mad, and you see like it start to like spin down, like it's like focusing, like it's gonna do something big. And Uriel, it is your turn. I'm not gonna skip your turn again. It is your turn this time.
Well, I appreciate that.
It's either I skip somebody. Usually, unfortunately, it's you. So go ahead. What do you want to do? Do you see where your guy is right here?
I'm used to getting just ignored.
It's happened.
It's okay.
It's happened so much.
It has. I got one guy who's like right on top of me, right?
Yeah, he's right there. Martok and him are trading blows.
But him and Martok are trading blows.
Right. The thing's not focusing on you. This thing landed and like pushed you away because basically what happened.
That's what I was just making sure of.
Yeah, basically what happened was things can't be in each other's space, but this is an air elemental, so it's magical and can it basically pushed you out of the space that it was in.
Okay, well I'm about to drop a chromatic orb on his ass.
All right.
Level 3.
Holy shit. All right. What does he have to make a save, or are you just rolling to see?
There is no save.
You just doing it
unless I roll bad.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but you still got to hit him with it, right? It has to get near.
That's what I said. There's no save unless I screw up my roll.
All right. What'd you get?
Do I really want to do a level 3? Yeah.
You thinking about it? Thinking long and hard about that chromatic orb?
21.
Oh yeah, that hit him. What are we doing for damage?
He's got 26 points of damage. Fire damage.
Holy Shazbot. You the orb comes out of your hand and it spins towards him, and you just see it explode out into a big thing of fire, and you see it reel down, and you see it looks like wind dissipates off it, and you see it shrink. It is Swami. It's your turn.
Bring the pain, Swami.
Okay, the one right in front of me to the left. There's 2 people right there on him.
Yeah,
right?
there's the red base one right here. You see the red base around it.
No, I'm talking about my people, my group right here.
So yeah,
Oh god.
yeah.
Okay.
Uriel's here. Martok's right next to him.
Okay. All right. Darn it. Fireballs out of the equation. Lightning bolts out of the equation.
Yeah, don't do
What?
that. Well, you could hit the
Chaos
dude
bolt.
behind. You could hit the guy behind. But you're not getting the most out of Fireball, but you're still going to hit the guy, you know.
You know what? I'm gonna do firebolt to the guy on the left.
With the red
Up there,
base?
yeah.
The guy with the
Uh-huh.
red base? So Firebolt.
Yeah.
Okay, roll to hit, please.
16.
That hit? That just hit. Let me know.
11 points of damage.
There you go. There you go. Okay. You Firebolt goes through it, and you see the thing just hit Martok away and was like, you know, kind of looking around, and then the Firebolt comes, and it goes, it like hits his head, and because it's like a swirling thing of wind, it like spins around him for a second and dissipates, but you see him actually get like shocked from it, and he turns and looks at you. So, yeah, he's going to look right at you. It's O'Grady's turn. So O'Grady's going to become this, he's this desert fox. He pops, I'm not going to do the mini, but he pops in, and with his movement, I'm going to say even, he doesn't worry about difficult terrain, but he basically gets to the base of here, and then he's going to use his other thing, and he's going to become the giant ape. And I'll put that on there. But he, I think it's in there.
You know, I think that's one of the biggest things about, like, I don't know, maybe low level or what, but like the they don't have a lot of spells.
Oh yeah.
Like attack spells.
Okay. He's a big ape right now. So he's here, and that's where he gets to. So he was a desert fox, then he shapes into this ape, and that's his movement because he had to come down easy, and the fox had a little bit more movement. It was kind of treacherous for him to go down the cliffside because he can't become a flying creature yet, so he can't just fly over the cliffs. And now it's the air elemental's turn, the one with the black base. So we'll put. So he's really mad. Well, he's facing the wrong way, but he's still engaged with Martok. So he's going to swing at Martok. He has 2 attacks, 2 slam attacks, and he has +8 to hit. Martok has a 19. He missed with 1, but he hit with another one. So he did another. I think I want to say it's. He did another 14 points of damage to Martok. Okay. All right. Martok gets hit. And now it is the other elemental, so the one in red. Swami, he saw that you just hit him. And he can fly 90 feet. So he comes right in front of you, flies past you, and because he flies, you don't get an opportunity attack because he's like way above you, Uriel. So you can't but he's going to do the same thing to you, Swami. He's going to attempt to slam the ground where you are right in front of you. He gets
Shield.
2 attacks. Okay, shield on 1 attack.
Don't I have 2?
Yeah, he does multi-attack. He does 2 attacks, 2 ground slams.
Yeah.
I got a shield.
well,
I got my necklace for 1.
Well, remember, it's a reaction, so you may not need it. He could miss, so don't waste your shield. Remember, once you cast it.
Oh, touche.
He got a natural 3 on 1, even with an 8. That's an 11. But he got a natural 18 on the other one. And with plus 8 to hit, that's a 26 to hit.
Yeah, that shield ain't doing nothing.
So what did I say? Say 14 against Martok, because that's all he does. So you take 14 points of damage, Swami. Now we go back up to the turn. It's Martok's turn. This thing is still hexed. Martok's going to swing at it again. It looks rough. You kind of glance behind you, Uriel. It looks like the wind is loose around it. You see wind like escaping from it. It isn't like an enclosed thing. So he's going to swing at this thing with a plus 11. And he got a 19. He beat it, and you see him just bring his sword through it, and once his sword connects, you see his sword like pull one of the strands of wind like away, and the thing just dissipates. You see it just disappear like into the vapor. So that one is gone.
Nice.
And I will kill it. He killed one of the elementals. So that was his turn. So Uriel, it is now your turn.
What will I use? What will I use? Because he pissed me off when he threw me across this boat.
Well, the thing is, it's a random direction that he throws you. So when I made you pick that, it was north, south, east, or west. If you would have went north from where you were or east, you would have flown into the water. So maybe it's a good thing you hit the boat and not like drowned in the ocean.
Nah.
He know how to swim.
Yeah, you can
I'm going to use a level 1 chromatic orb.
All right. What's roll the hit, sir?
17.
That hit.
All right. 13 points of damage.
Holy shit.
And that's going to be some more fire on his ass.
Okay. Yeah, you like it spins out and it like blows up right in front of him, and you see him like kind of he turns. You see him like he gets rocked. He doesn't really know what to do. But Swami, it's your turn. You
As
see
he
that
turns,
you flip him up. Well, he's like he's a wind elemental, so he's like slowly turning around. It's your turn, Swami.
Boom, firebolt.
Okay. Now you're close.
Wait. First, I want.
he said firebolt, not fireball.
No, I know. I heard that. I'm just saying you're close. You have disadvantage if you try to sling a ranged spell at him because you're right up on him.
Could I back up like 10 feet and still attack, right?
You can. He's going to get an opportunity to swing at you, though.
Misty Step, then. Can I... Wait.
Yep.
But if I do Misty Step, I can't attack, can I?
If you do... Misty Step is a second-level spell. You'd have to throw a dagger at him or something. Like, that would be your action, would be to Misty Step.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
But if you Misty Step, he can't take an opportunity attack at you.
Yes. We're going to Misty Step backwards.
Okay, so just 20 feet backwards?
Misty Step.
Because that's what it is, right? Misty Feet's 20 feet. So we'll put you there.
Let me look at it.
It should be, I think it is 20 feet.
30. 30 feet.
So do you want to go, I'll put you here on the plateau.
I'll do 20 feet, though. I'll do 20 feet.
Well, hang on. Maybe I'm looking at terrain wrong. Hang on. Oh, no. For some reason, I thought that was a cliff. Yeah, you could go back here. I thought there was a cliff. It's like right here. So you're 30 feet back. So that's your action, but he doesn't get an opportunity to attack because you literally teleported away.
And then I'm going to throw...
Oh, you don't... That's your action, is to cast that spell.
Yeah.
And unless it says it's a bonus action. If it's a bonus action, now you can cast a cantrip on your turn, like Firebolt. So what does Misty Step say, like casting time? Does it say one action, or does it say bonus action?
Bonus action.
So that's your bonus action. Now you have an action, but because you've cast a leveled spell, you can only cast a cantrip, which would be Firebolt. So you could cast Firebolt if you want.
Yeah, Firebolt.
Okay, roll the hit.
Boom. 23.
Yeah, that hit. That hit a lot. How much?
9 points of damage.
There you go. Cool. All right, it is...
Damn, die.
O'Grady. O'Grady's going to run up to this thing because he has, 30 feet of movement. Put him right in front. Whoa, he's floating. Oh, the guy was right on the edge.
Well, yeah.
The thing was right on the edge. So he comes up here, and he gets 2 punch attacks, if I remember right. I got the ape stats up. Whoa. Move it this way. Yeah, he gets 2 punch attacks. Giant ape. Fist attacks. He gets +9 to hit. Okay. So I'm going to do this both at the same time. +9 to hit. They both hit. You see him just slam into this thing. And he did... Whoa. He did 22 points of damage. Just smacks into this thing twice. That is a massive chunk of damage off it.
Is this a bigger, badder one?
No, you guys just haven't really hit this one that much. This is the one that, you and Martok were hitting the other one.
No, I was hitting that one.
No, because remember it was at the back of the boat, and when you did that 3rd level spell, didn't you hit? Oh, you hit that one, didn't you?
Yeah.
Hang on. Oh, okay, wait.
Did you use it on the other one?
No.
That's
No. Okay, I see what I did. Hang on. All right. It looks messed up after he hits it. It looks like it's hanging on like the other one. So it is. Well, the other one, that one's dead. It's his turn. He's just gonna try to smack O'Grady in the face because this ape just punched him. He is very mad about that. He doesn't have. Unfortunately, he doesn't have very good AC. He gets 2 slam attacks though. They both hit. He does. If they both hit, he did 28 points of damage to O'Grady. So let me look at O'Grady's things here.
Damn.
20. What did I say? 28 points of damage?
That's rough.
Yeah. So. Oh, but he gets extra. He gets extra hit points. So he has 157 hit points as a giant ape. So it hurts. It hurts. But remember, he gets the hit points. So he gets hit.
Yeah.
And he's like, you see him just get like flex from it. So yeah, it didn't hurt him that bad. We're now at the top of the order. It's Martok's turn. Martok's going to use his action or whatever, his bonus action to move the hex to that one. And he's going to run up right to the edge. I'll say whatever. He's on the edge of this cliff. He's going to swing up at the thing. So he gets 1 attack plus 11. It's a 19 to hit. He hit. And then he does what? 2d6 plus, or was it 3d6? I think it's 2d6. And yeah, 2d6 plus 8. That's pretty good. He got 13 points of damage and plus 5, 18. Uriel, it's your turn. This thing does not look good. Like the thing screams and like looks down at Martok to try to hit him, but it is your turn.
Let's try a firebolt.
Okay.
13 to hit.
That hit. That actually hit, yeah.
Ooh.
They don't have very high AC. It's not like they're heavily armored creatures.
11 damage.
How do you want to send this air elemental back to the plane, the air plane of existence?
The Shadow Realm.
The Shadowfell, as it were.
Well, as I'm casting my spell, I look at him and I'm like, "Hey!" And I do my finger gun firebolt while giving him the salute.
You're doing this? Like...
No.
Oh, the middle finger salute. Yeah. Go fuck yourself. You see it hit him, and as he's turning around, because, Martok was behind him too, it hits him right like where his mouth would be, and he just like, the air just, you see the torrent of air just kind of dissipate and like, just vanish, like become nothing. So he is
I'm like,
gone.
oh man.
As you guys were fighting, you see this elvish man that you kind of saw before. And you see him look over the cliff at you guys, and you see him pull his hood over because it's kind of the heat of the day. And he kind of looks down, and then you see him misty step down here. Yeah, you see a misty step down here. Whoa. Sorry, everything caught up. O'Grady becomes his normal self. I'm going to remove his ape because he's out of like wild shapes. And kind of meanders over, and he's like, well, He's like, I'm glad you were able to defeat those elementals. And you see him turn and look, and you guys can see the ships that the knights were on. And, it's way off, but you can see it. You guys took the boat in. He's like, who are you with?
Conglomerate of people. High mages and knights.
Oh, the Knights of Solemnity are here. Oh, Adric was here too, apparently.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot. He was checking the meat on the rack. I didn't even see his mini there.
His fat ass was eating when we were fighting.
yeah, he was like, you guys are doing great. He's like stuffing his face. You guys are I believe in you so much.
Bro, my boy got tossed while you were eating. I hope that fish was worth it.
It was where it's smoked. It's delicious. Like, he's very much... yeah.
Airball.
You guys are kind of down, but you see him. You can look over. Do you want to go over to him, or are you going to stay where you're at? You can move your mini, because you're not...
I was going to say, while I'm on this boat, can I do a quick search?
Oh, yeah. You can do an investigation.
Because I'm like... I went to come do an investigation, and all of a sudden...
Swami, what do you want to... While he's investigating, give me a roll, Uriel. Swami, what do you want to do? This guy's, sitting right next to you talking to you. Do you want to say anything to him?
I got a 9.
I want to say, why didn't you help us?
I'm sorry.
Who are you, and why didn't you help us? If you saw that we were fighting, why didn't you help us?
Well, that's my people's ship. The air elementals, I can't stop them. And
we did. You couldn't have helped us?
I didn't know who you were.
Oh, you just stood back there.
He points it. He sees Uriel on the deck searching. He's like, your friend did set off an alarm.
What does that have to do with you helping us?
I'm sorry. We probably got off on the wrong foot. And he approaches you. He said, my name's Dalamar. And he goes to shake your hand. Do you shake his hand, Swami, or no?
I shake it and hold it and look at him in the eye and say, next time you see someone that needs help, you help them.
I come up the side now because I rolled a 9, so...
I will say this. As a quick aside, while you were searching, you don't really see anything spectacular that stands out, but you do notice that everything, with that roll... Everything that is on the ship, it's Sylvanesti, it's Elvish Sylvanesti material. It's the build quality is from the Sylvanesti Elves.
Yeah.
The filigree is from the Sylvanesti Elves. This is definitely a Sylvanesti ship.
I walk up.
He's like, oh, there's
I'm
more.
like, bring your ass on, Martok.
Yeah, he's behind you guys. Whoops, whoa, there's a rock in the way. It's like a video game. I can't attack, there's a rock. He's like, I apologize. He's like, I actually didn't know who you were, so I'm sorry I didn't help. We've had a rough go of it, actually, me and my compatriots. So I'm sorry you had to fight the elementals, but you took care of yourselves. And he's looking right at you. He's slowly shaking your hand, Swami, when he's saying that. I'm sorry, but I can't really control them once they start attacking people. And to be fair, again, we've had a rough go of it, and we've been attacked a bit. So I wanted to see your intentions, but you haven't burned the boat, and you were able to take them on, so...
I thought about burning the boat. I'm just going to put that out there. I thought about burning everything on the boat with the elementals on it.
Give me another investigation check, or give me an intelligence check, Uriel. Swami, do you want to say anything to him, or are you just... Oh, you're muted.
18.
As you were rummaging around, you didn't see anything spectacular, but there's a massive hole where it looked like the side of under the water hit a rock and then was beached their ship. So you're like, I was going to burn it. And he just kind of chuckles. He said, well, that would be the least of its problems if you decided to burn it.
I was like, I was more pissed at the elementals. It wasn't so much the boat. It was just I was gonna burn everything on the boat.
Swami, do you say anything to him or?
Yeah, I ask him, is it just you right now, or matter of fact, I ask him, where did he just come from?
Oh, you asked O'Grady? Because O'Grady was up there.
I
Well,
would
he
ask
was up there
Homeway.
talking to him.
Oh, where
Homeway.
he's like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm sorry, I was up in the hills, kind of watching.
Anybody else up there?
He like looks at you for a second. Everybody, give me an insight check. Since we're out of combat, I can go back to the game log so I can see what you guys roll.
25.
Oh,
I got a 5.
natural 1 too. That's good. He looks at you once he sees Uriel that you're Elvish, and he starts speaking to you in Elvish. But Swami, you can speak Elvish, right? So you can eavesdrop on him. He starts speaking to you. He says, "You know, I'm with the Conclave of Elves." He said we were looking for artifacts. We didn't do well. The dragon army attacked, and we had to flee our home. And many of the people that are with me are scholars. There's about 10 of us. We have a leader. If you'd like to meet him, I can introduce you. And he's just speaking to you, Uriel, because you're Elvish.
I was like, well, we have a few ships sitting off the side right now.
Are you speaking to him in common? Or?
No, I'm speaking to him in Elvish.
Okay, yeah.
I'm like, because I'm pretty sure most everybody with us can speak Elvish, anyways. I think.
I don't think Martok can, or I don't think O'Grady can. I think Martok can. I'd have to.
Yeah.
So
we'll tell O'Grady later.
Yeah. Go be a fox.
I'm like, we have a whole group coming up here because we have been dealing with the dragon army, and this is where it's led us.
You see, he like smirks. He says, "I see we have," and you see his robes are blue with like silver filigree, and it's very light, so it breathes. And he's got a big staff. And he's like, I see we have a common purpose. He says, the scientists and I, the expedition we're on, we're looking for artifacts to help us fight the dragon army because, like I said, we were sorely beaten before and we're sick of running from home to home. And myself and other historians know of some things up in the waste that can help. So we're just looking for artifacts. I have a few places I've been looking into, but between the wash and the sandstorms, it's hard to navigate. So,
well, we have a couple of places that we're looking for. Like, I'm looking for a teleportation area.
You see him grin.
I don't know.
You see him grin, and he's like, "I've heard of such a place up here, but again,
I have a idea of the general area. It's just getting there."
Oh well, maybe we could compare notes. He said, "Let's get out of the sun." He goes, "You probably are hungry." Probably want to rest. He sees that Martok is actually kind of hurt from his encounter with elementals.
I ask him, I'm like, you haven't dealt with any other creatures around here because I need to let our people know if it's safe to come in or not.
How many people are with you in that ship?
A lot.
Oh, well, there's, as long as they don't mean us any harm, I mean, they can...
They mean you no harm as long as you don't try to attack any of them. They're all completely, like I said before, it's a mixture of the Knights of Solamnia, obviously, two mages of the high sorcery.
He looks at you.
I said so.
He looks at you specifically. He's like, I see you took the test. You joined the mages of high sorcery. That's very noble. Our people usually stick to ourselves. But you decided to take the test. That's interesting. And he's still talking to you in Elvish.
I was like, well, one friend became a knight. One friend became a mage.
He said, I see.
I was like...
He said, well, yeah, tell the knights, he said, I can take you back to my camp with my people, our expedition, or you could go tell your people and I could meet you.
Well, how about we meet? like I said, as long as everybody's willing to work together and there's no issues, we could do this. They come in.
He says, "Well,
The
how about?"
soldiers aren't gonna
He says, "Well, how about this?"
trample on any of your stuff or anything like that. So
And he bows. He's like, "I greatly appreciate that. How about this? I have to pick up my camp, and the ship is of no use. You saw yourself that it had been thoroughly ransacked. We tried to take everything of value up before we set up our camp to the north. Why don't I take down this camp? You tell your people, and then we'll meet here, and we'll decide what to do from there. Sound good? All right." And you see him just like hit his staff, and like you see stuff go in the crate, like going in the crates, but he is actually physically moving the crate. And Adric's like, should we just go back on the rowboat, or I mean,
no, we have a Rocky Talkie.
do you hit it?
Yeah,
Yeah, you hear it's clear as bell. You hear Titina. Oh, it works! Oh, great! Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly, hot stuff.
You see her chuckle. She's like, all right, later. Anyway, this is great. What do you want me to do? I could take this. I could take it to Darrett. I mean, what do you want? What's going on?
Well, I need to talk to Darrett.
Okay, hang on. And then you hear, like a phone being moved, basically, that little like scruffly noise. And he's like, hello, can you hear me in this? Is this?
Oh yeah, we can hear you just fine.
Oh my word! Wow, I've only it's expensive. Anyway, what's going on there? I saw the elementals from the. We have a spyglass. I saw you guys fight some elementals. Are you guys okay?
I mean, they roughed us up a little bit, but otherwise we destroyed them.
Okay, good.
We also met a elf.
Oh.
Who this is actually part of his group's ship.
Oh.
It looks like they hit a rock or something and got beached.
Oh, I mean, you hear many stories like that in the wastes. Are they? Is there a lot of them?
I believe there's what was it? About 12 of them.
Yeah, he said about a dozen. Yeah.
Yeah, there's about a dozen, and they're mostly scholars.
Oh. Well, so we no threats. We can dock.
You are safe to dock. He's moving his camp away from here to go back to where his people are, and then they said that they would meet us here.
His people have a camp?
I think so.
Well, I'd very much like to meet them, but I mean, I think it would be a lot of. He goes, it would.
They're gonna meet us. They're gonna come back to talk with us.
Oh well, I was gonna say it's gonna take
once you guys dock.
You hear Darrett. He's like, it's gonna take a long time to disembark and set up a camp, coordinating all these. Hey, you hear him yell for a second. Put that down. I'm sorry. Anyway, he's like, why don't you just go meet with his people and then we'll be closer to shore. And you hear Tina in the background. She's like, it'll work. The range will work. Just go farther in. It'll work. Just go meet with them and call us back. You like hear that in the background. Like they're like the little like, but you can hear it clear as day in the background.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, well, we'll go with him to his camp. But this area seems to be clean. The elementals were part of a trap on their boat. We set it off.
He's like, well, I think you did pretty well. Anyway, yeah, let me know how everything goes. I'm sorry. And then you hear him like,
I'm like, you're good.
Well, you hear him like take the phone away, and it's like, an old man. He's like, I don't know how this works, and I have to work. Tatina, take this and just do something with. Hey, you! And he's like, and you hear it, and she goes, yeah, just okay, just say goodbye. Just say goodbye. Just say goodbye.
Goodbye. And
you hear it like die. You hear boop, boop, like a little like, and then you see Adric. And even though he already did his wild shapes, I'll let it happen. I know I said he turned into O'Grady did, but he turns back into a great ape, and he's helping Dalamar. He's helping him move boxes and stuff as this ape, just like lifting them up and setting them down and pushing them in one place. and Adric's like moving crates and stuff like that, and they're stamping the fire out, rolling the tent up. Swami, is there anything you want to do while this phone call is happening or anything? Swami? Oh, I think Swami's screen froze up.
Swami!
Swami! Uh-oh. Is he there?
Schwams!
Uh-oh. Swami? Oh, no. It's all downhill. I was gonna say, okay, so they're all like packing all that up. You want to go meet? Oh, you're back, Swami. What did you? Hey, you're back. You froze up for a second, Swami.
Swami!
And you're muted, I think. Uh-oh. Oh no, Swami's having technical problems. Anyway, everything gets packed up, and you see it in this big pile, Uriel. And he just hits his taps his staff on it, and you see it all shrink down to like a backpack size. And then you see him like load a backpack up, put the backpack on, and then he turns to you, he says, if you all follow me, it might be a little bit rough, but we will be able to, if there's a sandstorm, I'll be able to show you.
My internet modem got like trippy a second ago.
That's all right.
Yeah.
So basically,
we were like, Swami?
Yeah, we're like waving at you. Do you need to get caught? Yeah, basically. What we need to get caught up? Where did you die when everything died? When your internet died?
We were talking about everybody fitting on the boat.
Right. Well, what happened was you guys have those Bluetooth phones, the Rocky Talkies that Tatina made. So instead of going on the boat, Uriel just called. He called him. You know, it could have been an email instead. He doesn't have to have the meeting when he can make it an email. So Darrett just wants him to meet Darlamir's people. And he said, just go with them, call us, let us know how it goes. So Darlamir has packed up camp, and you guys are going to head north to their encampment. He's like, do you guys need refreshment or anything? Do you need water?
I'm a bit parched. How about the rest of you?
Yeah, he gives you guys some water. It's actually very cold. And you see Adric come up beside you guys, like start to march. And as you're marching, Adric comes up beside Martok and pats him on the shoulder and casts Cure Wounds on him let's see what level he's going to use here.
Swami!
Oh, no, he's there still.
Now you're muted again. No, you're not.
I'm here. I had to just touch a few things to see.
He's going to do it at second level, so he's going to give him 2d8 plus 6. Second level Cure Wounds. No, not bad. Okay.
So as he's over there putting his stuff together, I kind of walk over by Swami. I'm like, you caught all that, right?
I temporarily went deaf for a second.
He's like, I got tinnitus in my ear for a second, and I just heard the ringing, and that was it. Yeah, that was it.
I was like, basically, he was just talking about it's him and a bunch of scholars here. So we're just going to go meet with his group and talk with them about what's going on. Because they were being attacked by the bad guys. The dragon folk.
The dragon army.
Yeah.
You said Darlamir, he's like, do you guys have any mode of transportation, or will you be walking? And Martok's like, actually, and he hits the pendant, and you see these spectral horses come out. And again, this kind of breaks rules, but O'Grady's not here. O'Grady just becomes one of those desert foxes, so he can just travel alongside you guys at a reasonable pace, you know? And so, there's 4 mounts, there's 3 of you, right? Adric is like, Adric's like, I don't really take up much weight. I mean, I could just ride on one of your guys' horses, and him and Martok ride on a horse. Martok's not here to make that decision, so that's what's happening. So it's Martok.
He's on
Yeah,
on the main horse.
yeah, it's Martok and
I got
Adric on.
I got
You got
the
the
other
one
main
horse.
horse.
Yeah, there was 4 horses. Swami has a horse, and Martok like motions, and Dalamir gets on it, and the horse, is a spectral horse that you can see through, but you can touch it and everything, but you can still see right through it. Dalamir touches it a couple times. He's like, "Wow, I'll never disrespect the knights again." And he gets on, and he's like, after you guys drink, he's like, I'll navigate. He says, just try to keep the wind off your face, and we should get there by this evening, because it's like early morning, sun of the day, like 10 o'clock. He's going to roll a survival check. Does anybody want to try to assist him? I know this isn't where you're from, but like if you have a good survival school, and you guys have been poring over these maps,
I mean, I got a +3 to survival, but I'll try.
Okay. He's gonna try. Swami, what do you have to survival? You've also been looking at these maps. Do you want to try to help?
13.
13. Okay.
Yep.
That's exactly what he got, Swami. He got exactly 13. Swami, what's your survival?
I got 16.
So, like, you guys are kind of like, I'll say your horses are like, the 3 amigos next to each other kind of chatting, and the horses are going at a normal pace because it is exactly like this terrain is. There's brambles that, the rocks change. Sometimes it's sand, then it goes to rock. So it's difficult terrain, but your horses can still go a normal pace, right? So you guys aren't like slowed as much, and you guys are like talking. And after, I'm just gonna move your guys' minis, just to make it easier. So after, look at that. After the whole day of you guys, sorry, I had a, oops. Yeah, after all day of you guys like traveling, you get to about here. You go in this canyon. I'll zoom in here. Whoa, it's taking a while to catch up. Did his mini make it? Oh, his mini didn't make it. I'll go get his mini. I think it was. Yep, he was the only one I didn't select. That doesn't make any sense. You guys kind of like slowly start to make your way through this canyon here. And it got really messy, so I didn't put it on the map. But as you guys are like going through this canyon, there's a little bit of shade. You see tents and like little smoke, signal things from like campfires kind of up in the hills. And you see a couple people look down into the, into where you guys are. And you see them talking with one another. And they all have the same like blue robes with silver filigree kind of around. And because of the light and the shadow, you just see like a shadowed face. And they're, kind of talking to one another. And you see Dalamir, he like comes through, and you see him come to, let's see, where's his mini? I gotta find his mini. He's kind of like ahead of you guys. You're still on the horse. He gets off the horse and he kind of like walks here, and you see, see if I can find the mini. I was on the fence on which one to use. That's why I didn't. I'll do this one.
The hot elf chick.
Oh, you want me to do the hot elf? I'll do the hot elf.
Well, there's that one too.
Yeah, you see this, it is a woman. She comes out and she's like, you see like a tent underneath this area here. It's set up with like a campfire. It got kind of messy. I'll probably put it in later. But she's like, Dalamir, you've returned with people. And she like looks at you guys. She's like, and she's speaking in Elvish. So if you guys speak Elvish, both of you guys give me a perception check to see, because once she sees you guys as you've returned with people, she lowers her voice. So both of you guys give me a perception check. Let me know what you guys get.
Perception?
16.
That's really good.
Hold on. Perception. 15.
15?
Yeah.
So you hear, both of you guys hear her, even though she's speaking Elvish, and Swami, they don't know you speak Elvish, so you're just eavesdropping on all these people. She's like, you've brought people to our encampment, and he says, I know, but they brought a contingent of knights with them. Don't worry, the knights don't know where we are, but they could help us. They've also been fighting the dragon army. And she's like, but the knights, they've never helped us. And they're like getting into a little bit of a spat, you know? And he says, listen, I just think that, he said, there's one behind them that's an elf, and he seems to understand. Maybe if you just at least speak to him and hear him out, I think they could help us. I mean, we've been chasing our tails here. I mean, we've seen some things, but nothing's really helped us. And maybe they could help us. We were comparing maps on the road, and they have things marked on the map that I haven't seen before. And she's like, well, then fine. Bring the elven man forward and whoever else you trust. And that's when she raises her voice. And you see him like walk back to you guys. You guys are on the spectral. Whoa. You guys are on the spectral horse. And he walks back to you guys. And he's like, she wants to see you, especially Uriel, but you, Swami, she wants to see you as well. O'Grady is just still O'Grady is still a fox, and he's like, looking around, and you see her look at him for a second, and you see Adric just sitting there, and you see Adric take his helm off because he's got full armor and he's just baking in the sun, and he does the thing where he's got a full beard and all that, takes his helm off and just dumps water on his head, and he's like, like just, because it's like the desert heat. And Martok's like sitting there looking, and kind of looks at you guys. He looks at Adric and O'Grady and doesn't really say anything. Swami, what are you doing? Do you go up there, or?
I thought that lady wanted to talk to us.
Yeah, I didn't know if you wanted. Do you want to say anything to anybody before you walk up there? Or you just walking straight up there?
No, let's run. Just walk up there.
The horses, you guys get off your horses, but they're still spectrally there and everything at, back where everybody is. And she's like, hello, hello, hello. She's like, I've heard you've met Dalamar?
Yes, I have. Hold on one second.
Oh, you're fine.
Where's mine?
Burglars.
Mice. She said, my name is Zhelsuel.
I'm Uriel.
She's like, it's a pleasure to meet you. She goes, and she's just speaking in Elvish to you, Uriel. Swami, do you want to, before he says anything, are you going to pretend you don't know what she's saying? Or are you going to try to be like, I'm a dumb sorcerer, I have no idea what you're saying? Or are you going to say something back to an Elvish?
I was about to just say, hey, just to let you know.
I'm just going to stand there.
Okay. All right.
I'm just going to stand there and just...
I was going to tell her, hey, we all pretty much speak Elvish, but...
Okay, if you say that, she grins and she looks at you for a second, and give me an insight check, Swami. She looks at you after he says that. Or she does. She looks at you after she says that. It's good enough. You detect a little stink eye, like quarter of a stink eye, just a little bit. Like I knew it. She still continues to speak in Elvish. I mean, it's her natural language, right? She's like, well, that's good then. I won't have to repeat myself in common. She says, "It's I'm glad Dalamar brought you to us. If it is true that you're fighting the dragon army, we could use all the help we could get. I mean, we've been trying to find artifacts, some kind of weapon to turn the tide, but I don't know if Darlamir's told you, but because of the wash with the frequent flooding and sometimes the winds, it's hard. We haven't been making much inroad in that way, so
I can believe it."
She goes, are you here with the knights? He said you were here with some knights. Are you looking for anything specific, or are you just doing what we're doing and looking around the waste?
Well, we've got maps showing different areas around the waste and things that might help us actually fight the dragon army.
She's like, well, I believe, and she looks at Dalamir. She's like, I think, Dalamir really wants to help fight the dragon army, and she said, that is one of my concerns, but another concern of mine is trying to find as many Sylvanesti artifacts as I can find.
Well, we also heard that there was an elven village up here, too.
An elven village?
Yes.
Oh, um, well, I don't know of any other elves, but this is, and she like waves. She goes, "This is a bit of an elven village. We've set up camp here because of the."
No, like another area. There isn't supposed to be an Elven village. It's up. It's further north.
Oh, she's
But
like, "Well,
give me just a second. I'll be right back.
okay." Do you say anything to her, Swami, while she's?
I asked her, what did she say to him in Elvish? What were you guys talking about when you were talking in that strange language?
Oh, you say it in Elvish.
Nope.
Oh, you say it in common.
Yep.
She looks well because I don't know if you heard him, but he said like we all speak Elvish basically, and she's like, oh, and she looks at you, and she's like, she says in Elvish, you really don't know what I'm saying right now.
Yeah. Truth's out. Yeah, I know Elvish.
She's like, what is a sorcerer of the Mage of High Sorcery doing here?
Me, I'm just looking for knowledge
Hmm.
in all the ends of the world.
He's like, well, if I guess we could help, but we're also looking for knowledge. And many of our artifacts were lost when we fought the dragon army before, and just time. So we're trying to do the best we can.
Exactly what kind of knowledge are you looking for?
Well, she said again, many of our artifacts were gone to time, and we need to reclaim some of our artifacts and keep them for ourselves and reclaim our home. We've been in exile for a bit, so she's like, well, it is getting kind of late, and your friend, he looks okay, but I guess you could all do with some shade. Maybe we should all have dinner and talk, and you can meet the other scholars at the camp and maybe come up with a plan. Dalamar says you have some maps. Maybe we could all talk about maps. Maybe we're the only ones interested in maps. Anyway, come this way. And you see people start to like come down off ladders off the hills and stuff like that, and they come down. They start to like make dinner. Some of it through magic. They start cooking fires and things. They put tables out, and you see because of the moons, the sun and the rock formation, shade actually comes pretty early here in this canyon you're in. So it actually is a pretty good camp. It's like they knew what they were doing. They offer you guys food. Everybody roll a D8 for me. A custom roll.
2.
That's how many temporary hit points you get from the Elvish meal.
Oh, well, that's just going to actually get me back to my...
Well, you get that on top, so even if you're missing hit points, the temporary hit points go away before your hit points go away. So even if your hit points are lower, you still can get temporary hit points. Does that make sense?
Oh,
so
yeah.
But it's like a shield it takes up. So you guys start comparing maps, and we're probably going to cut it a little bit early because everybody's gone. But you guys start comparing maps. As you talk to Zhelsuel more and more, you find that she is less concerned with the stories of the dragon army. The more you talk about it, Dalamar seems to get a little bit like, he literally lights a pipe and gets kind of concerned a little bit. She wants to know more about Sylvanesti artifacts, and like she talks more about their civilization. She seems to have a very one-track mind. And but you guys eat. You meet some of the other people in the camp. There is some families and stuff, all Elvish, all 30 going on 3,000. You don't know how old they are. Everybody's actually pretty nice once you guys start talking to them and everything. They treat Adric a little bit more coldly because he's a dwarf, but once he starts joking around with them, they're fine with it. Like I said, we're going to end a little bit early. Is there anything you guys want to ask or talk to Dalamar or ask Zhelsuel before, because you guys are going to have a long rest and things like that, so.
No.
Okay.
Think so.
Well, you guys basically conclude your dinner. They set you up some tents, or if you guys have tents, you set up your own tents. And you guys take a long rest, and right before You go to bed, Uriel. You hear it'd be like you hear footsteps outside your tent, and as you're like setting up your bedroll in your tent, you see Darlamir's head like pop in. He's like, Uriel, can I speak to you for a minute?
Yeah.
He puts his head in the tent and like close your tent. He's like, he said, I have disagreements with Zhelsuel all the time, but I really think that the Dragon Army is more important than she wants to admit. I've seen some things on the map that I think if you are going to go with your friends, I'd very much like to help you and go with you. I can mark some things on your map, and maybe with my help, I have some scrolls. And he like on his pack, he's like, some of these I have. There's ruins on them and things, and maybe we can find that teleportation gate that you found.
Well, that would be awesome because I would really like to know where that gate actually goes to.
He said it would be an important way to travel back here. He says, but I've read many things about many gates in this area, but I've never found one.
And the Lost City.
He said,
"Isn't that it?"
Yeah, he said that.
Yeah, the Lost City.
You see, he goes, and he sits down and he says, "Well, I've heard it called something else, but we'll talk about that if we go on the road. I'm going to talk to Zhelsuel, and if I'm with you," he said, "if it's you guys are probably going to leave about dawn, but he goes, if you leave and I'm with you, then I'll be with you. If I'm not there, just go." He's like, all right, and he leaves, and that's where we're going to leave it for this session. So he may come with you or not. I'm going to do some dice rolls.